Hey guys, so let's talk about driver. It's an important club that we need to make sure that we are getting our maximum distance and also accuracy. And there's a couple of things that we need to be able to do. Now, golfers that really struggle with driver fundamentally are suffering on two aspects. One is controlling club face, and the second one is controlling swing plane. And we're going to tackle both of those things in this video. Now, the problem is, what I tend to see all the time with golfers, especially golfers that start to lose confidence with driver. Okay, so you start either spraying it off to the right or hooking it around. And the first thing that golfers start to do is they start to swing much shorter. And this is going to play a big problem. You see, the driver needs width because we need to hit the golf ball on the up. So the problem is if you start swinging short and then you start bending your arms, that club head is going to come down really steep. Okay, that means we're not going to be able to swing on plane, but also that club's going to come thumping down on the ball. Club face isn't going to like it. So what we need to do is we need to make sure, even if the results aren't going great with driver, we commit to a full rotation and we make sure that we get that lead arm. I've been saying this a lot on recent videos, get this lead arm connected to your body in the backswing position. Okay, and that's going to give us a really good chance. Now, the way you could do that, I like Rory McIlroy's drill. Okay, so we've seen this before. Rory McIlroy will take hold of the golf club, hands about shoulder width apart, lead hand downward facing, trail hand upward facing. And all he'll do is he will just swing back. Now, the first thing I want you guys to do when you're doing this drill is to use your trail hand. So I'm going to use my right hand to pull my left arm close. Okay, see, if you don't do that, and you can mess around with this now at home or wherever you are watching this video, you'll notice if you don't use your right hand to pull your left arm up, you're not going to get very far. And then look, if I stand here, watch me now as I start the downswing. See what I mean? Watch this, back, and then as I turn, see now the club head gives me width. So, first thing is, practice this drill, just do a few swings, getting used to that feeling of using your trail hand to pull your lead arm close and get a nice full rotation in. Now, let's have a conversation about swing plane very briefly. Swing plane is this imaginary line that we draw through the heel of the club up through my elbow line. Golfers who swing too short will end up swinging very steep and above plane. And the problem is when you swing above plane, the shaft angle will return too vertically. And then when the shaft angle starts returning too vertically, the club face can have a tendency to open up. So we need to make sure we find a way to get the club coming down on plane. The one way you're going to do it is with that drill, getting the arm more connected. The second benefit, and I say this all the time with online students, when you start understanding this, you're going to get good hip depth. Okay, so golfers again who get a little short in the rotation have a tendency to stand up. Golfers who do a full turn get good space. Right, now we need to think about the downswing. I produced a video not long ago using this very simple idea of sacrificing a bit of an alignment stick, okay, as I've done there. So let me just show you a close-up of this. I sacrificed the alignment stick in half, got a bit of a pull noodle about a foot in length, and I just stick it through. So I'm leaving the majority in case it goes slightly wrong and you end up hitting the pull noodle. Then all you're going to do is pop that in the bucket down the driving range, like so. Okay, so that obviously that foot is now sticking out. So you're basically going to be a club head's distance, yeah, inside. Okay, now you can obviously move this depending how comfortable you're feeling, but what this will do, and obviously like I say, if you feel more and more confident you can bring it slightly closer, I'd leave that down to your preference. Make sure it's about a foot to the right of the ball, and then from here all you're going to do is just concentrate on a big rotation, and then if you were somebody who comes down steep, shaft angle is going to hit this. Okay, and even if you're somebody who thinks I've got to hit it from the inside, you've got to let that club drop. Let it drop and turn. And that's all you're going to try and work on for me in this video. You want to control that club face, you have to make sure you're getting good connection with your arms, and you also need to make sure that you are controlling your swing plane. And the way you're going to do those things is, first of all, get a nice rotation in that backswing, and then from here you can just start allowing your body to turn. Your arms can just drop with that rotation, and that's going to guide the club on the back of the ball, swinging on plane without hitting that swing plane, without hitting our piece of foam. And I'll just do a few like that so you guys can see just exactly what we want it to look like. So it's not a short swinging like this, or not short swinging like this. It's a big brave backswing. And then look, see the way I move my body, I'm letting my arms drop, and see the way I'm just, you don't have to do it like this, but I'm just showing you the way the club can just drop on the back of the ball, and hopefully you guys can see. those couple of shots there have gone pretty much where we're aiming. And the reason for that is I'm not trying to force anything on the club face. All I'm doing here is quite simply just controlling that swing plane, that feeling of connection, and then you can just advance it further and further up. And if you do these sort of drills and these sort of exercises in practice with a little bit more inspiration instead of being bored, and if you struggle with any ideas, I'm here to help you. Let me know. Work on it. I'll see you soon.